Namaste, Galaxy Seed family. Welcome back to my channel, IndigoAngel. Welcome if you're new. If you're returning, go ahead, hit that notifications bell, and also comment and share this video so others can find out about my work. Now we're going to go ahead and do a Hydra Starseed Origin Ascension reading. As Hydra is a Serpent Hominoid Lineage Starseed origin that did originate from the Hydra supercollosal cluster in Laniakea in our larger local group, lying very close to the Great Attractor. Hydra is a very ancient system, okay, in terms of its seeding here on Earth and its contribution to the original first root races on Earth. Okay, Hydra is one that has essentially been linked to the consciousness of Tiamat, okay? Also linked to the consciousness of the dragon lines that run in the planet. Okay, and so this is a very powerful, powerful cosmological origin that runs at the root of all creation stories on the earth, all creation mythologies on the planet. And so this energy is coming up because we are having a lot of transmissions of the Dark Mother transmissions. This was coming through Cassiopeia. This is also coming through Pegasi at this time, and other star systems that are transmitting in accordance to global celestial cosmology and the interlaced systems that run on the planet according to ley lines, grid keeping, gatekeeping, stargates, vortexes, lunar stargates, solar stargates, all of these things, okay? Hydra herself came from a massive cluster of galaxies with a large gravitational force causing all matter to have a bulk flow pull towards it, right? Because Hydra is from the Hydra supercollosal cluster in Laniakea. Her origination is not from the Milky Way. She is much more ancient than the Milky Way, okay? Her consciousness has been here in this universal system, this total universal system, longer than the Milky Way's consciousness, okay? So she's a very, very, very old star signature, okay? Her cluster spans 10 million light years and has an unusual proportion of dark matter, mother matter, or what is called the koilon. I've talked about the koilon before being the word for the dark matter. Okay, she has a lot of proportion of this. This is where these dark mother transmissions come from. Okay, it's from the dark mother matter. And so this is all what's coming up lately. And a lot of this is being transmitted through Hydra as well. Okay, there's been a reincarnational slowing of the Hydra skin at this time. And they're expressing themselves through the devotion of all snake deities at this time. So throughout Africa, throughout Australia, throughout ancient Egypt, the sun god Ra and Wajet, the serpent goddess, the indigenous Americans, the serpent mounds, the Incans, the serpent temples. There's been a huge activation right now to South America and Mexico where the Mayan temples are. So that's coming up a lot through the Hydra template at this time. There is this over global devotion to the serpent that's basically expressed everywhere. And this is amplifying at this time. Cambodia and India, the Nagas, Shiva with the Cobra wrapped around his dancing neck. This is all high revered serpent mythology that if you are of this origin, you're going to carry this within you. And this is the largest constellation. This extends across from Spica to Regulus, across the southern portion of the equatorial ecliptic plane, rising up from second density, rising up, guarding the gates of the underworld, rising up, the process of consciousness coming into its manifestation field in the universal tree of life from the very first units of consciousness, from the revelation of the dark matter. Okay, here is where the identity of this soul essence of Tiamat is, the primordial goddess of the sea, heaven and earth, forming her body, this monstrous embodiment of primordial chaos even, right? When I was in Egypt, this was one thing that I highly experienced, was how chaos is the original state of flow. Okay, so there is positive chaos and there is dark chaos. And essentially chaos is dark and chaos is also light itself. So this radial star is taking in the embodiment of all dark goddess Kali, Lilith, Hecate, Maeve, Morgan, Sekhmet. Okay, all of this is coming up through this Dark Mother transmissions. Okay, other messages I was getting to transmit for Hydras today was also the throat chakra. For you guys, the throat chakra is very, very important. The serpent part of the body is the neck. Okay, so for Hydarians, your neck is very important. Your neck is very vulnerable. Your neck is, your throat chakra is where you hold all of your wounds. Okay, and this is where dis-ease manifests for the Hydarian star origin, the Hydarian soul, Hydra soul on earth. You will carry everything in your neck. Okay, so because this is the serpent part of the body. This is where we move like a serpent. The neck is the serpent. So expression of truth is very important for Hydras. Okay, they have to be able to voice, they have to be able to balance their energy with the divine messenger, which is their voice. This is their grace. This is their inspiration. Okay, this is how they can be powerful, expansive, generous, extravagant, exuberant, and communicative. Hydras, you have to speak your truth, okay? You have to heal all of your wounds of the womb, of the root chakra. All of this has to come through your throat chakra. Okay, so I was just guided to speak this for the Hydras today, as I felt this was something that was really important, a message for you guys to hear. As I'm also being told that toning is very important for you. Toning, you need to sing, you need to tone your voice, as this is going to vibrate out all density from the inside out. Okay, so your throat chakra is your primary pivotal point of focus, Hydra Starseed. Okay, so let's go ahead and do a collective reading for the Hydra Starseed and see where this galactic family is. Okay, Hydra Starseed, so we have the Queen of Chalices, and like I said before, we had the Dark Mother transmission, so this radial star is taking on the embodiment of all the dark goddesses, Kali, Lilith, Hecate, Maeve, Morgan, Sekhmet. Okay, and so there's a fury in this collective, this emotional fury, and this willingness within the feminines of the Starseed collective to really dance with the fire of this energy. Okay, so she is this raging flame. Right now, she's this emotional raging flame. She's coming forth with this dark contemporary archetypes, the prostitute, the whore, the bitch, the slut, the fatherless, the single mothers, the drugged out and alcoholic ones, right? All of these women, right, that are a part of this Dark Mother transmission. This all comes up through these unconscious portions, the wounded portions, the hurt portions of the Dark Mother collective. Okay, so Hydra brings this up. Hydra brings this burning up for it to be singed at the fire. Okay, and so this is coming through the Queen of Chalices. We also have a lot of wisdom coming from the Two of Cups as well. Okay, there's a lot of passion here. There's a lot of betrayal that comes up. There's a lot of working through unhealthy and also healthy partnerships, trying to gain more maturity in relationships, and to work together to work through the darker parts of one another, this not giving up on each other. this love of the maturity of the relationship. So this is being expressed in your reality at this time, that you are gaining wisdom in relationships. You're gaining wisdom in connecting with yourself and practicing self-love. Also, practicing all of this within this divine energy. Okay. And so there's a lot of balancing going on. So balancing things more, being more in balance with bringing through this darker mother transmissional energy, right? Being aware here to not project that dark pain into others, to not project it into them. So that way, you don't traumatize others with this pain. Okay, Hydras at this time are really learning how to balance the venom that flows in their veins. Okay, it's all about balancing this because they have to be charmed. Hydras have to be charmed sometimes. They need that snake charmer to come through and charm their energy, to help them be in temperance, to help them fan their flames, to help them to spread their wings, help them to keep things with one foot in spirit and one foot in the emotional body, so they're not just all this raging spirit that's bringing this dark energy up to the surface. Okay. And when I say dark energy, yes, portions of it is the shadow, okay? This is the shadow. It's the unacknowledged. It's the demonized. It's the resisted. It's the, I don't want to look at it. It's the, what's the word? It's the privilege, okay? People who don't see it, people who don't understand it, walking around in privileged, okay? They don't see it. And so really about staying in balance. Again, balance is coming up a lot for Hydra Starseeds. You have the Four of Wands. So Chesed. And Chesed is mercy. So really on a spiritual level, providing mercy to those who are working through this energy. Okay. Four of Wands is, okay, this is about creating more stability within your spiritual aspects. This is also communicating, and I'm getting the message, this is transmuting with Andromeda at this time. So Hydras and Andromedans are very in tune with one another. There's a lot of connection, a lot of communication. Hydra is holding basically the galaxy in her skin, and Andromeda is the transmitters into the future of the race of humanity. So they work very closely within how they balance one another. So there's a lot of transmission with Andromeda at this time. Hydras, you're having this sense of returning home. You're having this sense of feeling community. You're wanting to have celebrations and collaborations at this time. You feel very connected to your successful achievements, and you are manifesting your desired outcomes. So you're really in alignment to your hard work, your determination, the stability it's taken to get you here. All of that's really in alignment for you. It's just this, like, I see it as like a dark plasma that's kind of in front of your eyes right now. It's almost like it's blurred vision. There's a little bit of lack of ability to focus. You're not really able to see exactly what you want to do right now. It's like some things have been put on hold so you can transmute collective energy at this time. You're having to put a lot on hold for that. And that's okay, because this is what the universe is seeking and is needing from you right now. Also Andromedans too, this is coming through for them as well. Okay, we have the Two of Wands, so you're receiving a lot of increased life energy, and you're feeling ambitious with your plans, and you're participating in different types of competition. I keep seeing competition come up as well. I was feeling this within the Four of Wands, so you're feeling competitive at this time. And it's almost like distracted because you've lost your niche on certain things. I'm seeing that like you were doing really well, and then you kind of fell off and had to take a step back. Like you had to recover from a sickness, an ailment. Your health is kind of, I see the health is like interweaving, like it's kind of like you have some concerns at this time. There are some things that you do need to address in terms of health. I do feel that's why the throat chakra message did come up, is that you're needing to pay attention to the throat. You're needing to pay attention to the health of this area of your body. That's it's calling to you at this time to pay attention here. And you're trying to get back on track, but it's making you feel resentful in some ways, that you're feeling like everyone else is doing things around you and they're doing it faster and they're doing it better and you're not where you need to be. And there's just like somewhat of a frustration with that. So you're really needing to be strong. Know that you're going to fall back in alignment to everything. It's just that you're being asked to take a break to kind of re-examine your health at this time. And you're also being asked to just kind of accept that place and keep working through it. Keep working through it, because you're going to get this taken care of. You're going to get all of the health things in order and everything's going to be okay in the end. Okay, the Seven of Swords, we have Netzah, which is eternity. I'm also sensing this as some lunar qualities. We have Moon and Aquarius in this card. We have Moon and Leo on the 28th, but they're in opposition to each other. So this energy is coming through. It's asking you to be resourceful of your thinking. Maybe stop trying to outsmart the opponent or the competitor. Quit looking at the other people in certain situations and just focus on what you're capable of at this time. That your capacities right now are exactly where you need to be, even if they've had to slow down just a little bit, and that's okay. The people that love you recognize where you're at and they don't judge you. They're sticking with you in these times. Also, your occult interest has increased, so you're really interested in getting to the deeper meanings of things. You've kind of been guided to pull away from politics, pull away from mainstream things, and just really go more occult within yourself. Stick to your own gnosis. Keep those boundaries up in terms of what you do and don't allow into your own mind, and kind of just focusing on your own immortality at this time, as you do have a lot in the works. You have a lot you've already done and created. Maybe it's time to just sit back and look at your achievements at this time, as they are highly incredible. And a lot of people do try to give you this reassurance. And for you, though, you have to see it yourself. It doesn't matter what anyone says, whether you've achieved or not. Nothing outside of you, no glorification outside of you really actually makes you feel better. Everything comes from within. And so you are just working through this a lot, and a lot of these self-realizations. I see you self-reflecting a lot of self-reflecting. Like you're having to take time out of moving forward and being effective in the ways you want to just self-reflect. You're being shown things right now. You're being shown lessons. You also have this Seven of Chalices, so this is a very emotional aspect of you. You're very emotional about these things. I'm seeing the number 777 come through for you. I'm seeing a lot of Cancer energy come through for you. Again, being really reflective, really contemplative about your life. I see a lot of connections with Venus and the moon. Again, you're trying to overcome hidden things inside yourself that you don't want to tell other people about. So you're trying to overcome these things. You're trying to overcome childhood conditioning and abusive miasm patterns that are passed down from the mother or father. Also addiction miasm patterns that are being passed down from the mother or father. You're really trying to fight these things, these addictions within yourselves. I see you making some progress. I see you saying no to certain things. You're really just working through this, all of this energy right now. A lot of self-work. Wow. You feel like you've lost things as well, like a loss of inheritance, that maybe you feel like you missed a mark, you missed a beat, something wasn't fulfilled in you because you feel like you dropped the ball somewhere. Definitely release that energy, release those feelings, and just, again, focus on where you are now. It doesn't matter where you are compared to anyone else. You are coming from a place of self-love, though, and beauty. A lot of communicative properties, a lot of communicative characteristics at this time. Like I said, wanting to express your truth through the fire, through the transformation, through the transcendence. This, again, coming back to that root chakra, needing to heal here. Okay, be careful of being boisterous. Be careful of being like boastful or in vain. That was something that came up for the Cassiopeians, and there was a lot of transmission I felt from Hydra to the Cassiopeians, that they are taking on one another's identity complexes in some way because of these transmissions, how they're affecting the grids, the grid lines, the countries that are interlay and interfacing with these systems, the stargates that are interfacing with these systems, the lunar consciousness that is taking on this demonization at this time, that there is this archetype, these dark archetypes that are being passed between Cassiopeians and Hydrans. So just be careful not to be boastful, be careful not to be in vain. Focus on transcending the narcissistic patterns in yourself. Everybody has narcissistic patterns that present and come up. They are embedded into the ego. They are embedded into coping mechanisms. They are embedded into self-protection modes. All of these things, right? We're not in that fifth dimensional state. When we regress or descend, those things come up again for us to work through again. Some of that could be coming up again for you here. So just working through all of this, being communicative, taking time for your healing, focusing on the throat chakra, toning, singing, expressing your truth, journaling, writing, doing light language at this time, channeling. All of this is really, really needed at this time for the Hydarian Starseed, so that way they can get back to where they want to be. But I see it's going to take a little bit of time for you, that the next few months is going to be about really recognizing who you are on a core level, okay? And not accepting defeat, because you don't want to accept defeat. You want to push through it, and you are going to push through it. And so that's what I'm seeing for the Hydra Starseed. Okay, so I love you all so much. Feel free to join me at IndigoAngel222.com. This is where I have all of my services. Also, you can purchase my book, How to Read Celestial Akashic Starseed Origins, the Lunar Edition. Okay, and also join me on Patreon, guys. Patreon.com/IndigoAngel. And thank you all so much. I hope you have a beautiful everything.